Hi everybody, welcome to today's online exclusive live. Susan is out today. I am solo, which is only fair since I was out a couple weeks. I'm going to give a couple minutes for everyone, for people to come in. Got several things. Hey Susan. Got several things to show you today, and kind of how a couple things, organization tips, and how I have used some of my kits that I've gotten from the Stampin' Up line of kits in with my online exclusives, on with the included that in with the catalog items, and kind of how they all work together. So first thing I want to talk about is that the kits, well, first thing, today is, what is today? Oh, today is the 10th. It's the last day to sign up for our Stampin' Up exclusive online card kit, Creativity for the Soul. And I'm going to post that in the links if I can get it to go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to try it. No, I can't do it there. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and post it in Facebook. Hang on just a second. I should have had this done in my live at 5, or live in 5. First of all, tell me how you guys are doing. What's going on with you? Anything exciting? Let's see, we got our online card class, and I am going to post this link. If I can get to it. I'm getting there. Getting there. Let's see, let's go to my page. Sorry you have to do this with me. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Got it. Okay, so in the comments, I have put the link in so that you can click that link, sign up. It's $60. You're going to get a half a pack of cardstock, and it is going to be the Gathering Together paper, half a pack of that. You're going to get these really cute embellishments called Cajun Craze and Gold Dots. They're kind of like, Susan said, they're kind of like a Lindy Star, or a, I forget the other word she used for it. And then you can get the Gathering Moments dies. These are so cool because you can use them and sew thread through them. Let's see, where's the... Oh, my stamp set is, hang on just a minute. I got my stamp set over here. Here's the Gathering Moment stamp set, which I love. If you saw my garland from last week, you'll know every time I see these oak leaves, I'm always like transported back to when I was a kid, and Mom would get out the construction paper and we would just start making fall leaves. Basically, we would take we'd go on a fall walk and we pick up acorns and leaves and just pretty things that were in the forest, and we'd come back and then we would draw the leaves and cut them out and put them on the sliding glass door at the time. So it was a lot of fun. As an add-on, there is this adorable embossing folder that I don't know what it's called. I didn't write it on there. And there's also some paper, these earth and tone metallics that are stunning. So I highly recommend you take a look at those as well. And in the card class, let's see, this is the thread that you get, the early espresso and old olive thread. And that is what we're going to use to do some of the sewing. We're not going to do that today. I've got some other things I've worked out and kind of wanted to share with you. Okay, so we all have seen Stampin' Up. Hi, Mary. Oh, I'm so glad you came. I'm really excited to see you. I mean, Susan, I'm excited to see you too, but you know, I know what's going on there. So anyway, I'm going to flip it over to the overhead cam. And so there was this Happy Houseplants kit. Now I think it has sold out. It was on clearance. It was one of our kits, and it had these real, I mean, they're cute, these succulent little art pieces of artwork. Hi, Mom. But it also had these super cool frames. Ugh. Hang on. So I got these on clearance. So this is kind of what I'm telling you, is to make sure you check out the kits and the last chance and clearance stuff on Stampin' Up, because you just never know what cool things that you can get. I mean, these were great prices at regular price, but I just happened to not get on the bandwagon until when they went on sale. There is also, and this one might still be available, Layered Landscapes Kit, and it has a bigger frame in it, but it also has the it actually has a decoupage or kind of a diorama that you build with it. So they're super cool, but that's not what I used them for, of course, because, you know, why would I do that? So what I did is I absolutely adore this Gallery Blooms paper. I mean, it is so stunning. It has all these beautiful scenes on it. This is in the annual catalog. And all of a sudden, everywhere I went, I was seeing this one particular, let me find it. Oh, wait, I used it all. So I can't show it to you because I used all of them. But it has the white flower. Here, I'll just show you what I did with it. And so what I did is I took and I laid the first layer of paper. There are 4 sheets of each pattern in this, the Gallery Blooms. And what I was seeing is I was seeing this picture framed everywhere, like at TJ Maxx, at Kirkland's, at Target. I mean, I was just seeing it everywhere. And I'm like, that is exactly what is in our paper. So what I decided to do was just take, this one is from the Succulents kit, framed kit. And I just decided to make some art. And on this particular one, I picked out 4 different of my favorite papers. You got a sneak peek down here of this one. But I also took, then I looked through all of my embellishments. Actually, this leads me to another thing. Okay, so my embellishments were way out of control. Like, they were everywhere. I couldn't find anything. It was bad. And so when I did this, I wanted to make sure that whatever I used on this project, it was current. So what I did, and I've had this system for a while, but it just kind of got a little out of control. But we got these, Sherry told me about these, and they're passport vinyl envelopes, and it's Avery 74806. So you can get them on Amazon. There's like 10 in a pack. And so you can see how many. I've gone through all of my embellishments. So these are all current, online exclusive, mini catalog. They're all in here. And what I do is I go through and let's see, I just take, okay, these are the low profile sparkle dots. So I write the name of it on here. I put on here, you know, like if it's online exclusive, mini catalog, and the month and date. Since we're getting online exclusives every other month, and then we're getting kits every other month, and then we get a mini catalog like every 6 months, and you know, it's just constantly going. So I need something so that I can kind of keep track of where these things are and what they're called, so that I remember. Now this one was a big pack. You know, it was wide and it doesn't fit in here. So what I do is I just cut those pieces apart, and then I fold this information product sheet in here and stick it in there, and then I have everything. That also is great when you have little tiny pieces. You get down to the the bits and pieces and you're like, what do I do with these? And they get all over the place. So I was looking through here. So I did this. So this was like your organization tip for the day. And you can see I got these at Target. I think they were like $5. I think they're in the organization section, like where all the totes and things are at Target. You can also get them on Amazon. With the new change in this way we're doing our stamps and our dies, all of our stamps are going to start coming in these envelopes. And you can see this is going to be a great way to store that too, or as well. So really love these. Great for a lot of different things. And they are stackable if you don't have things coming over the top, which if you can see, this is pretty much straight. So I could have something over the top of it if I needed to. So I put all my embellishments in there, even my washi tape and my hoops, all my little shaker domes, everything can go in here. So that being said, oh, one other thing is that I mark on here with Sharpie, and then I can reuse them, because if I take alcohol, I don't know, there's just a faint little bit of Sharpie that is on here. So you can just take some alcohol and wipe that off, and then you can reuse them. So, and then I stick my new stuff in the back, and then I just have a rolling organization. It helps me to clean stuff out. It helps me know what I have, how much I have of it, and it's just a really good way to use up things. Well, okay, back to this. These are the antique pearls that I put on here, and they are stunning, and I love them. I kind of had forgotten we had them, and I can't remember. I don't remember what this is. Just right off the top of my head. But what I did is I laid that first piece down. I'm going to just kind of show you. I laid the first piece down. Then I actually fussy cutted the second piece of the pottery out. And then I mounted that on with the black dimensionals. It's funny because this is the only use that I've had for the black dimensionals, but it works really well because you don't want to see any of this. So I stacked 2 of them on top to really lift this up. And then for each next one, so the next one I did the leaves and the flowers. So that's the next layer. That's this layer. And then the final layer, I just cut out the roses. And I just thought it was really fun. It was, it gives it some dimension. So that's the first one that I did. The second one, I'll just go to this one. I love this picture. I mean, I love the colors of this. It's so pretty. It's very Oriental, Japanese garden sort of looking. And I was like, what can I put on here to really, you know, like accentuate those pretty trees? Well, wouldn't you know it, these loose frosted dots come in, they have a mix of the yellow, the pink, and this, I think it's peacock is what it is, but they're so pretty. And what I did is I laid my paper in the frame, and then I took my fine tip glue pen, and I just dabbled some dots on here, and I took my U-Pick tool, this end, the sticky end, where you can just pick these up and then lay them down. And honestly, I had to have another one so that I could kind of use the picked end to kind of push it down on top of the glue. And then I found some of the I thought this oh, what's it called? Let me see here. There's so many new things I can't keep track of them. Let's see what it is. This is a regular weave trim. I would call it woodsy trim. I don't know. To me, it feels kind of like wood. And I did a triple loopy bow. And then I took some of it and tied around the center. And then actually I did hot glue this down. I tried using the liquid glue, and it just sort of absorbed into the paper, and this didn't really stick well. So I just used a little hot glue to put that down. So this is number 2. And what happened, you'll laugh at this, but really what happened is I just sat here after I got that done, and I'm like, well, I'm almost all the way through sorting these, because it is kind of hard to pick some of these out, especially when you just want one color. So I did that. Well, the next paper that I did, I'm just going to go through. I mean, you can see how stunning these papers are. Let's see. This is what it looked like before, just so you have a reference. So that's what it was before. Oh, and then there it is with that. Okay, and then I loved this one. They actually had this one at convention. It was their entire backdrop, and it was magical looking. I just think this is so pretty. The artist did a really great job with this. And so I took some of the Gallery Blooms dies, and I just was like, okay, what can I do with that? And I mounted this inside of the frame, and then I added some little dots. Dang it, I think I used the same dots. I feel like they were, I think it was these. I think it was the low profile dots. Let's see if that comes in. Yeah, it is. Hello. That's what I used, the low profile dots. That's why those were on top. And so I added some of those, and then I added some of the cutouts. What I did on this is I put the adhesive back sheets on the back of my cardstock, and then ran it through the dies, pulled it off, and attached it just with the adhesive. And then I was like, well, it still needs a little something. And this is the glimmer paper that is in the new mini catalog that is so stunning. I think I have it right here. I thought I had. Oh, here. It goes with the this creativity now is what this whole suite with the dove and the stars. It's beautiful. But this is the paper, and I just ripped that down and just adhered it with some, actually I think I just used the green glue on this, the Tomo glue. And then I had some of this beautiful ribbon, and I just decided to add a little, but isn't that just pretty? Oh, and I think on this one I was using Stella. Yeah, I did use some Stella on just to give it a little bit of glimmer. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, and the last one, let's see if I can find that one. I loved this one. That was a big contender. And these are so cool. Look, it looks like just like this old vintage postcard, black and white, sepia. Kind of looks like the Capitol in the background. It's really pretty. This stuff is really pretty. Let me find it. Oh, it's the ship. And so I took this one and I was like, okay, what can I do with that one? Let me get this. See, this is why I get myself in a mess, is because when I'm going fast, I just kind of strow it everywhere. Mom can attest to my strow ability. I'm pretty good at it. By the way, another organizational tip, we have these I don't know if they're probably 8 by 7, I don't know. These envelopes are great. Also, you can find those on Amazon to hold your 6 by 6 paper. Okay, here, are you ready for the final one? I really love this one. And again, I used the frosted dots, and look at this. I just thought, oh my gosh, that just matches. That's the pink in the pink part of this grouping. And then I just thought, oh, it's kind of fun to take and just add. It was almost like I don't know if you guys have ever, if you ever did in school, and it's kind of a Monet technique, I think. It's where you just dot, like you draw, but you dot things, and you dot to get your shadow. You dot it a little darker. And then for your bigger pieces, it's a little less. I don't know. I don't know what it's probably, there is probably a technical term, but I don't know what it is. But this reminded me of that, and it just accented those colors so well. And then this is some of the ribbon, the weave open, I don't know what it's, the pink ribbon. And I stamped from the Gallery Blooms the little, I don't know if you can see that. This is basic beige, and then basic beige, I stamped with basic beige on top. And it's like a filigree stamp, kind of a collage stamp. So I just thought I don't know, I was really pleased with it. And I love to do home deck stuff with my stamps and my paper crafting. It's one of my favorite things to do. Okay, let's see. You guys have any questions? Yes, they were perfect for a gift. Now these are going to be in my house, so you know, but yes, they would be really cute. And you know, even if you can't find the kit at Stampin' Up, like you can get these at, I'm sure, IKEA, Michael's, you know, all the places, pretty inexpensively. I mean, you could use even like a chipboard frame and then paint it whatever color you want. So that's how I used all the different things. Let's see here. So I hope that inspires you to kind of look at all the products interchangeably or how they coordinate together. And, you know, one of the things that really helps you be able to do that is to be organized and have your things kind of where you can find them. I'm just like everybody else, and I get, you know, things get strode. I mean, you can see over here is not exactly misorganization, but you know, I try. So I hang around with people that are organized, but this really, you know, that helps to just mark all of those things. I've even started marking my stamp sets, you know, if they're online exclusive, if they're mini catalog, what month they come out, what year they come out, and that helps you keep current with what you're using. It also tells you, like, if things are a little old, you need to use some of it. And this is the other thing. Don't be afraid to use a ton of embellishments, because look how fun. It really, I mean, if you're a customer, you probably have hoarded this for years, and you need to get some of this stuff out and onto crafts. Let's just be real. And if you're a demonstrator, I know you've hoarded, and you know, the more you use, the more your customers, it's giving people permission to use them. Let's see here. Any more? Nope, I think we're good. But listen, if you guys could do me a favor, share, like, comment, give us a question, give us a comment. That really helps more people see what we're doing. Don't forget, today is the last day. And I've kind of been ruminating on this, and I haven't really talked with Susan about it. But last week we had a comment that somebody said, oh, we just want more of you. We want you on longer. And so I'm going to throw this out here, and if anybody picks up the kit today, the card, online card class, I will do a personal craft together Zoom with you. Now, I can't speak for Susan because I didn't talk to her about this, but I will do that for you, and as on behalf of Susan. So if you think you might enjoy that, let me know. We can include that in the class going forward, or, you know, what do you want to see? What are the things that you want us to do for you? So if anybody, oh, see, Susan's going to do it too. I thought it might be fun, you know, and just, it's easy. So, I mean, we can kind of craft in our pajamas. I mean, nobody has to know. I mean, if you're only showing this much, you can have your pajama bottoms on. So I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. We have a sampler pack too. You can look back at last week's video and see all the contents of that. If you have a question about the card kit, please let us know. And well, there'll be chocolate if you have some in your house. I mean, or we could include it in the card kit. Do you need to have a little bit of snack in your card kit? Possibly. Since it's getting cooler, we can include chocolate. So, you guys, I will talk to you next time, and we'll see you later. Please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, all that stuff, you know. Talk to you later. Bye.